So here we are at the end of the semester, and this is just before the various holidays of Christmas and Hanukkah, all of these wonderful holidays that are happening now. So we're going to inhale first. We're at Aquatic Park today. Inhale all the way up for triple burner. I'm on my stool and I'm on the edge of it. Exhale down. So if you are seated or standing, it's the same thing. You want to really focus on your feet and focus on the sense of the energy moving up and down with the breath from the belly. The energy moves to the sky. The energy moves to the earth. Or we can say to the heavens and the earth. Opening up the arms, feeling the joints, relaxing with your breath as you bring the energy through the whole body. Triple burner is our first Qigong breathing move. Also, joint expansion here as the arms move up, the shoulders, and then everything moves down through three energy centers, the head, the heart and lungs, and then the abdomen. And then we start again. Triple burner, warming up the breath and the movement. And when that happens, that's called the Chih. In yoga, we call it the prana. Same thing, different modalities. Our second move for Qigong is always Buddha picks up the earth. You start with your palms up here, you exhale down, and here in the center of the body, you inhale up, turn the palms over, push the sky up, look up, and exhale. Using the Qigong breath, the tongue is placed on the upper palate just behind the upper teeth. The jaw is slightly open. And when you exhale, you'll feel that through the whole central meridian here. And this is all in the way of preparing us for the practice that we're going to do today of Tai Chi Chih, 19 movements and one pose. A couple more. Warming ourselves up. Last one. Picking up a feather on this side and letting it go over on the other side here, or down. But now we're going to move over here. Inhale it. Exhale it. If you're on a stool, you'll feel your body move across the buttocks. Be careful, don't slide off your stool if you're standing. This may be safer, but for many people who are sitting doing Tai Chi Chih, this is helpful. You'll feel yourself coming onto this buttocks, and then you'll feel yourself coming onto the other one as you inhale and exhale across the body. Picking up a feather and letting it go, seated. Our next move is the accordion. You've got an instrument here. You're going to inhale, expanding the ribs. And coming back in with that exhale, notice how the body contracts. And then it expands. Breathing in through the nostrils, breathing out through a slightly open mouth. And probably the nostrils too. So you'll have to find your own breath on this. Everybody's different. Last one. Beautiful. Now you can ground by placing the hands on the thighs, and our next move will be standing. This will be knocking at the gates. So your feet are open here. This is the rider on horse position. Going across the Mongolian plains, perhaps. I don't know. Let's just tap the heels first. Good. Now, find a way to comfortably do this. It's a knocking at the gates. You're releasing the back heel as you do this so that as you move, you don't torque your knee. Knee, hip, and ankle always need to move together. And you're tapping back there on your buttocks. This is said to bring energy into all of the abdominal organs. So even as your arm passes the low front body and taps in back, you're bringing a massage to those organs. Don't make it too hard. Now we're going to move it up just below the breasts. And this is going into our kidney area in back. And in front, as that lower arm moves across the front body, you're massaging there. And now coming up to the acupressure points just below the shoulders, tapping there. And then if you can go higher up into this area, you might want to just massage up there, bringing one elbow under the other. And that allows you to massage back here. Your shoulder blades, the inside area there. And outside neck area is where we hold a lot of tension. So it's kind of nice to do a self-massage there. And then bring the other arm under, and then other side back there. This arm pushing up allows me to bring my elbow back and massage that area. Try it. And then up here on your shoulder, right there. Good. And let's take that massage down the tops of the arms. Other arm, insides of the arms, and then massaging the palms. And you can massage right up here, right in your jaw area. Say ya, 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 ya. We hold a lot of tension there. Make sure it's loose. In fact, make funny faces. You want to relax all the muscles of your face. That's it. Good. Okay, now we're going to tap down the outsides of our legs first. Outsides, and then come up the insides. Now you have to fold forward from the hips on this so as to not hurt your back, and then release. Fold forward from the hips right here, and then release the lower back once you get halfway. There's a way to do everything easily. We just all have to find it. Okay, now we're going to shake it out all over. And we'll work a little bit more on other joints. So we're going to bring the fingertips inside of the shoulders right here and bring the elbows forward, up and back. Inhaling, exhaling down as the shoulder blades roll down the back. You're working on those joints. Good. Now take it the opposite way. Back, up, forward, and down. If you circle the elbows, it's easier. Good. Releasing. The head will move towards the chest, and you'll bring this ear over to this shoulder. And then all the way around, clasp the hands behind the back so the shoulder blades, so the shoulders stay down. If this circle is going click, click, click for you, you can make it a smaller one. But the idea is coming from the base of the circle where the chin is next to the chest and then the ear comes closer to the shoulder there. You've got to shoulder this direction. And when you finish with that circle, then you bring the shoulder, you're going to bring this ear to this shoulder over here, the opposite one. So bring the chin towards the chest first, inhale. And then exhale slowly as you come around to the other side of the circle. Using the inhale through the nostrils here. Good. Okay. Our next one is to bring the elbows close to the body, but not touching, and to circle the wrists forward. And then the opposite direction, back. And then if you're comfortable doing that, you can just continue the speed of that circle. And this is all depends on what, how much flexibility you have there. So always work with your own body. If something doesn't work, modify it. Slower might be working better for you. I'm going to shake it out again. Start the shake from the feet all the way up. Okay, good. That helps us begin to get everything connected and fluid here. You're going to do a hip circle forward, side, back, side. So it's in 4 places: forward, side, back, side. And we're now doing a circle that's moving like this, right? Okay, now make it a real circle so there's flow in it. Good. Now coming back to center, take the circle the opposite way. So we went that way. Now we're going to go this way. Good. Now bring the feet together and the knees. Fold forward from the hips. Just place your thumbs right here on the hip bone. Fold forward. Take hold of the knees on the outside and circle to one side, perhaps to the right and to the left for you. And then to the left to go right. And that warms up this whole area, these little muscles that are around the tendons that are around the knees there. And then we'll come to the wall for a second here. You're going to hold on to something and bring one knee up and just circle the foot. And point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Other side, bending your whatever knee is here, the opposite one, and you're going to bring the knee up and then release the leg and point and flex and circle the ankle both ways. And the other one, the same thing, circle the ankle both ways. Sometimes it works easier on one foot than the other. And shake it out. The owl, looking over to one side. The chin is just opposite this shoulder, and slowly coming back to center. Inhale first and exhale to turn the head to the opposite side. Inhale back to center. Exhale to turn the head. Now you're going to turn the head again. And this time we're going to add a twist. So bring your hands overhead and twist this way. And twist center. Inhale, exhale to twist. And when we twist from abdomen, rib cage, and then upper chest. So think about that. It's all going to be involved here. Abdomen, rib cage, upper chest. back to center. Good. I think that's good. I wanted to do another owl thing here today. So let's bring the arms overhead for the owl, and you're going to come over in a forward bend. So fold forward from the hips, and now release back and touch the ground. The owl picks up something, both of its feathers, and lets it go. And the owl does the same thing again, folding forward from the hips, releasing the lower back, touching the ground if you can, but there's no have to here. And letting it go. And now you are in mountain pose. Anytime you get tired today or you need to just relax for a moment, you can always close your eyes, open the palms forward like this, come into mountain pose. So as we do it now, would you close your eyes for a moment if you can? And just focus on lengthening up through the crown of the head, which is the back of the skull, feeling your feet. And in that mountain pose, send your weight back a little bit towards the heels, and then a little bit forward towards the ball of the foot in front and the toes. And go back and forth a few times to really feel that you're stabilized in the feet. And then come back to mountain pose, which will be unmoving, with your palms facing forward, the whole area here of your chest wide open, the face relaxed, and the mountain is ready, and it's you. Inhale the hands into prayer. Press into your sternum here to feel that we are doing a meditation. This is a moving meditation. All meditation starts from the heart. Let's come up here and bring the prayer down. Inhale to open. Exhale to bring this down through the whole central meridian. As we move into this moving meditation that comes from the heart. Tai Chih, 19 movements and 1 pose. You might want to drink a little water before we officially begin after our Qigong 20-minute warm-up. So this is a body-mind practice. It's slow, it's continual, it's circular, it's moving from the center, and it will, I hope, bring you all joy. It was originally called Tai Chih, 19 movements in 1 pose, joy of movement. Finding our position here for rocking motion. Feel the body move forward to the front of the foot on the inhale. And as you slowly exhale, feel the energy come through the feet and the toes will rise. The toes rise when the weight moves back towards the heels. The heels rise when the weight moves forward towards the toes. It doesn't always seem logical, but it has to do with the important body-mind connection that often mystifies us. The idea is to let us begin to feel the inner awareness we need for something like this. The breath will slow down. The mind will slow down. And this was originally a figure 8, the infinity symbol. And many of the illustrations here in Tai Chih have nature or people or sky or stars involved. So this is a Taoist practice. It comes from ancient Taoism. for which we're all grateful. The slowness and continuity helps us slow down ourselves, lowers blood pressure, heart rate, and relaxes the mind and body. Rocking motion is the name of this move, and it's said to be done 9 times at least, or 27 or 36, any multiples of 9. When we next exhale, we'll end the movement. Bring the feet closer together in a V for bird flaps its wings. Inhaling as you lengthen the spine. Exhaling as you release down and the heels will come up. You're coming forward on the foot here. And the knees need to move out here. That's the only safe way to do this. Otherwise, you might be not connecting to the big toe and the toe next to it as you drop down. So here you inhale, here you exhale. Third exhale, and the circle is a forward circle of the wrist. Last one. Bird flaps its wings. And sink it through the earth. Beautiful. It's nice that you're all putting your video on today. It makes us feel like a community of practitioners. I love it. Now you're going to shift over here to your right. Our next move is around the platter in chest high water. Feel this move outside of your sternum, your breastbone actually, and outside of that left foot and around. I'm mirroring you, so this is your left foot and my right. You always want to make sure the circle moves outside of the knee that's forward, and that it returns the energy to the back foot in your own design or awareness. So here's the inhale. And here's the exhale back to the back toes. When the chi or prana starts moving in the body and it gets to the fingers and toes, you know you're beginning to get connected to it. That's your intrinsic energy that you're cultivating. One more here. Of around the platter, let's bring the foot back in, inhale, and sink it through the earth. On the exhale, shift over laterally towards your left foot, release the right. This foot back here on this left side is already in a 45-degree angle to what the foot that's going to be forwards from the hip, so be aware of that. Around the platter in chest high water. Two more. Last one. Sink it through the earth. Let's double ground it. Around the platter variation, shifting over towards your right to bring the left foot forward, noticing that the back foot's already at this slight 45-degree angle. The front foot's coming right out from the hip. Lengthen up through the rib cage here so that you don't end up doing that like I sometimes do. You want to feel the whole upper body as part of this. Length is really important in Qigong. The length of the spine, the opening of the chest, vital for the breath and the spine connection that has to happen for alignment. You will find that each person teaching this or each person that you yourself teach, you'll want to find a comfortable rhythm for yourself that should be fairly even. So if you come forward like this, you want to come back with the same speed. And that allows for circularity rhythmically. Becomes a much more musical practice. Last one on this side. Good. This is around the platter variation. That foot now will come back in, your left one. You'll exhale here, shift laterally to prepare the yang leg over here, release the yin leg, only the heel comes down, and then prepare around the platter on the other side. And where do the palms drop a little bit here, or the fingers? Right opposite the heart and lungs. Sending the energy right back to that back foot on the exhale. So perfection is not the goal. Relaxation and enjoyment is the goal. And comfort for your body. So you may need to modify things for yourself, get extra water, sit, whatever you need to do today. Let's do one more of these. These are all, to me, all warm-up moves right now. When I get to the daughters, then I feel like, okay, the body is totally beginning to relax and flowing. But I don't know about you, I take a few, maybe 20 minutes to really slow down. So we're all different. Now we're going to shift into this leg. Bring the other leg forward for bass drum. Open up the chest here. Make sure the shoulders don't start caving in there. Exhale back. Inhale through the rim of the drum here. And let that circle come all the way through the body as the elbows and the hips move back together. Making this wonderful circle of energy. Feel the fingertips on the rim of the drum. And you essentially are the drum here. So become the drum. It's kind of cool. You don't have to be yourself anymore. Inhale and release. Let's do 3 more here on this side. And last one on your left of bass drum. And the exciting part is that when that leg comes in, you're not done. You've got another side. So shift it, release it down, shift over to this side, the left, release the right, and prepare your drum again. Make sure the shoulders are not dropped. They're wide. This whole upper body is really open. That will allow the breath to connect to the belly, which you want on the inhale here. And you want the exhale to move towards the Ming Men, which is a word that expresses this area right around the tailbone as the breath moves from this energy sea of this big wave of energy on the inhale and then back towards the low spine. Those points are connected. So feel the expansion here and the contraction back. It changes the way you feel your soles of the feet when you connect both the breath from the energy sea to your weight shift. Last one. And yes, I am going back past 9 on a side today, depending on how the move feels, because we need to feel like we can be imperfect. This is daughter on the mountaintop. We can be imperfect, but connected from within. That's the most important thing. Allow your left hand to actually move down the central meridian close to your heart, with the thumb almost touching or maybe touching the first couple times. As the wrists cross right at the heart, right there. Last one on your left side, coming up. Bring the foot back in, inhale, and ground that move on the left side down through the earth here on your exhale, resting on globes of energy momentarily to shift over towards the left and release the right. Daughter on the mountaintop, right side. Last one. Always notice how the left hand is close to the heart throughout that whole move of daughter on the mountaintop, whichever side you're on. And then we move to our next connected companion move, daughter in the valley. The palms are right up here. Fingers are up, showing forward movement as we come down through the body and up through the valley. Daughter in the valley. And the inhale is right here. As you come up through the valley and the palms almost touch, but don't. Feel the energy you cultivate there. Lots of Chih begins to flow in this move. This is to me where everything starts to slow down. A flow begins as everything begins to connect, your breath, your movement, and your mind. The exhale gets longer, affecting the inhale. The relaxation response takes over. Last one on your left. Release the foot back. Inhale and exhale. Shift towards your left. Palms come up again. Daughter in the valley. Right side. Cultivate the chi between those palms when they've come almost together here. And then let it go over the tops of the mountains that you just climbed. On the exhale. It always feels to me like you're at the top of the mountain and you're looking over at the view. And then you go, oh, wow. I want to come up that valley again. Two more. Last one here. Inhale and sink it into the earth. The two daughters are done, and we now move towards another move. Let's double ground this one. If you triple ground it, you'd be bringing it to the head because that's your highest dantian. So let's do that. Our next move, carry the ball to the side. It's a side-to-side weight shift, which involves a wind up. Sink it down, wind up towards your right, release your left heel, and circle with your weight shift. That ball then will release and move towards the ground on your sinking here, on your grounding. Wind up again, same thing again. Release any tension in the fingers and in the wrists. The palms are slightly rounded, but everything needs to be fairly open so that the chi, your energy, can surround even your fingers. So you might find them a little bit more open now. You know, you discover things about your body doing this. It's cool. So you're going to release this right leg out and then move across the opposite way. And exhale. Good. Second cycle. And third cycle. Beautiful. Yeah, it should feel like we're beginning to get into a flow now. And we're going to go back. Wind up. Energies into this leg. This is yang. This is going to be yin when it comes out here. Straight leg. And now shift the weight so that the other leg that was yin becomes yang. Inhale to ground. That's when you really want to feel the body lengthened on that sinking and rising stuff. Here's this. Now we're in a sunk position. Now we're going to sink, stay sunk The spine is still long. And now we're going to pull in here. We're going to inhale, lengthen the spine on the inhale, and then release. That changes it. So if we can move really slowly like that, we get this sinking rising. That's part of Qigong. Rise to inhale. Good. And sink. Let's go back again because I think this is an important principle. Wind up. Release that heel. We're in a little bit of a sink here, all the way. This protects the knees. Now we inhale to really protect the long spine, and then we release again. Good. That's it. Feel that difference? Yeah, I wasn't doing that several months ago, but now I've been reading about it. It's really important because it makes Tai Chi Chih, which is under the umbrella of Qigong and Tai Chi Chuan, into a stronger practice for me, maybe for you. Let's just come back now to the center as we come into our forward back weight shift again and push pull. Shifting to the right, left heel comes forward. This is circularity here as the heel of the hand moves us down, the fingertips come up, the wrists turn with the heel of the hand returning to the heart. So this is the exhale. Feel that circle, and this is the inhale back to the heart. Feel this as with much fluidity as you can of all the joints and the connection to your inner breath at the energy C or abdomen. This would be your inhale. You'd be expanding now. Here's your exhale. You'd be contracting towards the Ming Men and back. It's a lot to think about. Once it becomes natural, it gets so fun. Musicians know about this. It's actually called reverse breathing. Talk to wind players. They know exactly what this is. 2 more. So here's your exhale coming up. Inhale first. Now inhale back to the heart. Yeah, feel that? That's it. Good. Now bring the foot back in. Inhale and sink it through the earth. Shift it towards your left. Release your right. Push, pull right side. Always start with your inhale, right? Inhale here. The inhale and exhale are partners. So you have to think, who's the important partner here? Right now it's the exhale. Inhale first. So support the exhale with the inhale. And then inhale back. Two more. Last one. Push-pull comes to a graceful conclusion. Inhale. Sink it through the earth. Notice what your feet are, where they are now. Mine are in the rider on horse position, almost always when I end up for the grounding. So Play with that because it allows you then to have this foot already out here when this one comes forward. We're pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe through the fingertips. Inhale through the fingertips, actually through here, the belly, but it feels like you're inhaling through the fingertips. If possible, you don't want to lift your shoulders in this practice. So sometimes you'll have to, but here, use your belly and use your Qigong breath. And you'll feel it come through the whole central body. Central body is where it's at. Two more. Pulling in the energy from the most distant star in the universe, for you, your universe, which is very large right now, the more we know about it. Inhale and exhale. Shift laterally towards your left to bring the right forward for the same move. This time, add a visualization, perhaps. What would you like? Peace, more sense of gratefulness, whatever it would be in this almost New Year time. Whatever holiday you celebrate, or all the holidays that you celebrate, bring joy. Wish it upon the most distant star. Three more. Last one. Beautiful. Inhale and sink it into the earth. That moves takes us to our taffies next. So it might be a good time to just take a few swallows of water, not too fast, but just to keep yourself hydrated. So here's all our moves here. And right now at this rubber band, we are at the taffies. The first one is pulling taffy, then variation one, anchor, wrist circles, perpetual motion. 4 taffies based on basic. Sinking down. Preparing for basic taffy. Left hand underneath the elbow over here. The palms will cross and separate as you shift the weight to the side. Other hand moves under the elbow. Feel the taffy or sticky stuff as the palms separate. Notice how one that was higher than the other moves down and the one that was lower moves up. And that has to do with this connection to the legs here. This hand moving up is the yin hand against the yang leg. And the hand that moves down is the yang hand against the yin leg. So play with that. Feel it. Here's an exhale. The exhale slowly moves through the whole taffy bit here. Inhale first. You're using your core muscles. One of the practitioners I'm working with on Qigong right now online says you need to bring your anus in. That's what they would say in the book. So the idea is use your core. Bring the abdominal muscles in. Same thing. It's just feeling it from below. It strengthens your weight shift. Nice. Last one. Good. Sink it into the earth. Now we move to the first variation, which is anchor taffy. Your right leg will be anchored into the earth while your left leg moves forward with the taffy pull. Left hand is underneath the pull here. Left foot was forward. And now you carry it to the side, same thing. And then the anchor comes in at the end. Now the anchor foot in back stays there all the way through here, doesn't move. And then you bring it in here when you come to the side. Yeah. That's it. Then it switches. Other leg. And last one here. Forward. And to the side. The anchor pulls in and the ship has come to shore, and the ship is you. Sink. Double ground it. That was our first variation. Our second variation is anchor. After anchor taffy is circles taffy. Feet are still in this V. You still want that rider on horse position, right? Yeah, the horse is underneath there. All right, here we go. Sink, circle, sink, circle, sink, stay down, and pull the taffy to the side. That's where basic comes back. Pull the other leg in. Good. Sink, circle. And we're going to add one more thing here. Sink. Now come up first, inhale, and then ground it. There, that's it. Okay, again. I love the way you tell me that I forget things sometimes, but that's an important grounding position here. That we inhale here, and then we sink it. So notice how we rose to do that. And we're ready to go again. Good. Sink, pull the taffy, now rise to inhale. And now release, and you'll be down again in that low position, and you're ready to go again. And it looks like we've got this going now. It's great. Couple more, because these are so much fun. Always remind me of learning to jump rope with a bunch of girls who were much better than I was. They'd never hand me the rope. Girls can be very competitive, right? Especially when they're young, maybe only when they're young. And last two, let's do one the other way. And last one now. Beautiful. So together, it's great. Sink it into the earth. As we move towards our next move, which is perpetual motion taffy with heel step. So reminding myself that as we move over here and we shift, this leg lightens over here, I can then lift this heel and drop the heel energy moving all the way to the toe. And then the same thing over here. So this takes a little bit of coordination practice, but once you've got it, you want to solidly get over here on this side and then lift the heel and then drop it. And that becomes the way we should do this to make it really a Qigong practice. Qigong, umbrella, under the umbrella of Qigong practice, put it that way. Tai Chi Chih. So this is perpetual motion with heel step. Some people do it faster, but if you're going to feel the energy come across the upper arm here, which is also in Qigong, a very important connection to the heart protector move, then we shouldn't go too fast, right? So this way we begin to feel more inner awareness of the Qi as it moves across the inside of that arm, and we let it go. And it moves down into the earth. Beautiful. Kind of like playing the cello, right? Perpetual motion tappy, we'll just do a couple more of these because they're so beautiful. Then we'll ground it through the earth here. Inhale, sink it down. And come to our next move, which is light at the top of the head, light at the temple. Feet are in a V. Sinking down, bring the energy up to the crown of the head, which is the back of the skull. Open the chest there so you can do this. Sink and rise. That's your light up there. You're going to let it go. Bring the palms back together. Circle them forward here. It's been called massaging the Tao symbol, that round symbol. Then you hold it, inhale it. And then you sink and rise again. Your feet are still in a V here for your own protection of the knees. Ready? Sink and rise. Let it go out, move into the earth. Let the left hand be on top here as the right hand comes underneath it. Moving to the heart on the inhale. Sinking down through the central meridian is also called zipping down on your exhale. Bring it to the temples. Light at the temple, sink and rise, where all your thoughts, actions, and words start, right there. Your highest dantian. Circle the energy forward. It's moving across both those hemispheres of the brain, your left that's logical and your right, which is very inventive. You want to connect those two and then hold it. Make sure your feet are still in a V and sink and rise again. Letting it go. Into the earth, back to your heart. Down the central meridian very slowly because we're now moving into joyous breath. You might need a little more space, but feet are still in a V. Inhale and exhale everything out. Now come to the tops of your front of your feet here. Release the heels and back. Inhale, 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 inhale. And 4 exhales. Joyously moving with a very yawn masculine move. Go for it. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Release down through the central meridian, all that energy. Bring your right hand up here and your left hand down. You're in your rider on horse position. Give yourself space, but the feet stay on the ground here. And this is passing clouds. All things changed during COVID, but all things do change anyway. So we stay centered as the world moves around us and through us, and we ourselves change with it. Just like the clouds. Last one. Bring in the foot. Sink it through the earth. And we move into our next move, which is 6 healing sounds. Left hand, left foot. We'll say them first, okay? Because when the internet's changing what it sounds like, it's good to know that everybody knows the sound. This is ho. This is who. This is for the spleen. Who. This is for the liver over here. Tsu. Tsu. Now right hand, right foot for you. This is sh. It's for the lungs. Sh. Both hands for the same foot. This is she. It's for the triple heater. She. And this is for the kidneys. Chui. Chui. Now we aspirate it. That's all. Same thing. Last one, 5 trees. Lift the heel. Mixing the energy of yin and yang, which we did all the way through this practice, all the elements become connected all their opposites. Bringing your left heel to the right ankle bone. Coming up here into a circle, bringing the left hand closer to the heart. That will allow you to bring the elbows up here. The fingers are crossing, they're opening here, looking over the window of eternity and through it. Interlocking fingers, moving this up with gratitude for thousands of years of Qigong, Tai Chi Chuan, and then Tai Chi Chih. Justin Stone, my teacher, and his teacher was Wen Shan Wang, head of the American Cultural Institute in Chinese work, very well-known international person. And we get to study with some of that ourselves through Tai Chi Chih. Thank you for your practice.